Hi, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of 30 for 30 yoga. Today, we're going to focus on balancing our choices that we're making. So, all this week, we're focused on choice, making choice. And today, balancing masculine and feminine imagination and will. So, let's get started. So we'll start the way we usually do in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged position. And then allow your eyes to close. Breathing in and out through your nose. We'll start by listening and thinking about this balance. So what comes to your mind when you think of balancing masculine and feminine? Do you immediately think of male and female? Go beyond that. What comes to mind? The willingness, perhaps, of the feminine energy, the creating space. And then from that space, asking for the meaning, and from the meaning, choosing the action to take. The masculine, the action, doing from the doing, finding the meaning. What about imagination and will? Beyond the imagery of imagination. The will power, power to will, willingness. And having that balance of being imaginative and using the power of your will to bring that imagination into being, into something physical. So fold your hands together in front of your heart, and something perhaps came to mind, and choosing that, that's what I'm going to focus on, this balancing. And maybe it was something else that came to mind. And maybe you'll change your mind as you're practicing. But for now, you're choosing, practicing making choices, practicing making powerful choices. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Gently allow your eyes to open, opening your eyes. Let's come to hands and knees. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hip bones. And then gazing a little forward, like 3 feet out in front of you. So arms are strong and straight. Now, like yesterday, we focused on the feet. Right now, focusing on the hands. So come on to fingertips for a moment. And claw the floor with your fingers, like you really mean it, like the whole back of your arms. Fire up. Now, keep that. Just bring your fingers down to the floor, and the palms are lifted, and feel that still lift through the back of your arms. And now, finally, coming flat onto the palms, but not really, because like you don't come flat onto your feet either. So instead, you're rooting down through the knuckles of your fingers and lifting up right through the center of the hand, because those are arches in your hand there. And this way you shouldn't feel any pain in your wrist. If you do, then you can, like, whatever you have. If you don't have the block of wood, the wedge, then you can, for one day, roll up your mat and put the heels of your hands on the mat, and that should relieve any wrist issues so the bend isn't so deep. So now that we have all that, let's inhale your right leg in the air. Stretch the leg behind you, and then exhale, knee to chest. And then inhale, set the knee down. Simple. Let's go to the left. Inhale the left leg up, and you'll notice how much work the right side of your body is doing to support that leg. Exhale, knee to chest. And then inhale, set the leg down. Now choose if that was pretty challenging, then you're going to stay right there. If you want more of a challenge, then let's go into Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. So tuck your toes, lift your knees, and come into your downward facing dog and do the same thing. So you're going to inhale, either knees on or off the floor, doesn't matter. Inhale, right leg up. And then exhale, knee to chest. And let's stay here. And again, inhale, right leg up. And exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, look in between your hands. Lift your low ribs up into your spine, and then set your right foot right between your hands, however you can get it there. Sometimes you got to grab it and set it. And wherever you're at, take your left knee down to the floor. So feet, legs, hip bone width apart, and you're feeling a nice stretch through your back thigh. So now let's play with our boundaries. So we want to fly, we want freedom. Oh, we just want to open up that left thigh, but eventually that doesn't feel so good. So you got to take the top of the left thigh bone back into the hip socket. So just imagine you're energetically pulling that back knee forward, even as the hip comes forward, pelvis comes forward. And you stay right at your edge. And then let's walk our right foot over to the right. Bring both hands to the inside of your foot. So now you're staying here, you're going deep. Maybe you're a little more flexible, you can bend at the elbows. Maybe you're a little more flexible and you can come to your forearms. Maybe you're not. Just go to your edge. Give yourself a nice big hug with your right leg. And instead of dropping the head, try extending forward through the crown of your head. Using time and breath to start opening up the hips. And then imagine your lower legs are giving you a big hug. Draw them in towards the middle. And then take your inner thighs and create spaciousness. Create that space, like very feminine of you. Widening sitting bones so that you can then actively draw the tailbone down through that center Lift your low belly, that will help. And see if you can't get a little bit more opening. Now, take yourself back up onto your hands and step your right leg back to meet your left. And then choose again, this is your practice, where is your edge? Either hands and knees or downward facing dog. Firm the left leg. Inhale, lift it up to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, draw in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to where you're going. Look between the hands. Get buoyant in your back body. Lift the back body up and step the left foot forward. Right knee comes down. And first you're finding your boundaries, finding your edges. Then you're going to create space to go deeper by energetically drawing that left knee forward and just seeing how far is appropriate for you today. Creating what kind of experience do you want to create? Bring both hands to the inside and you can walk that left foot over to the left, create space. Stretch forward through your front and back body, torso, rib cage. And then choose how deep you're going to go, bending at the elbows. Maybe the forearms come down, maybe they don't. Ask yourself, what is my breath telling me right now? Listen. Come up onto your hands. Left leg goes back to meet your right, and then everyone together, downward facing dog. Use your strong, powerful thigh muscles drawing back to move your hips back more. Creating more space so that you can go deeper. Lift your upper arm bones up and pull your heart through without collapsing your chest. And then let's come down onto our knees to step our right foot forward. And this time, instead of going down, let's go up. So take your lower legs and make them strong so that you can take your hands to your thigh, right thigh. So first, you're getting strong in the hips, getting that action of drawing down through the pelvis. Now, at the same time, lift up, rise up through your front torso and your back torso. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Deep breaths where you're challenging, how deep can I go here? And then exhale your arms down and interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale to lift your chest, open it wide. Exhale, straightening your arms behind you. If this doesn't work, you can grab a towel, a strap, something, grabbing hold so that you can get that nice opening without hurting yourself. You can choose to stay here or choose to go into a back bend. Feel this openness, the sweetness of ghee or butter. Lift your heart. And now inhale your arms up to the sky. And choose to either, maybe you back bend a little bit here, or maybe you bring your arms out to the sides or down by your sides and try again. Wherever you are, back bend a little bit or a lot. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Right leg comes back to meet your left. And you're feeling the difference of left to right here. And then step the left leg forward. And if you don't know what you're feeling in your right side, you're about to. Come onto your left thigh with your hands, anyway. And then you're feeling the thigh stretch through your right thigh here. Then when you're ready, when you find, okay, I've got balance, inhale, arms overhead. Feel triumphant. So there's this softness, a lot of connection with the earth, with the lower leg. But there's also this bright dynamism. Bring your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers the other way. Inhale, lift your heart. Maybe choosing the back bend. So the right thigh goes back and the pelvis goes forward and the heart lifts. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Maybe you choose to back bend here. Maybe you choose to lift your arms up. Maybe you're going to do a little bit of a back bend with your arms overhead, your choice. But as you're doing it, whatever you're doing it, you're feeling soft. Imagine melting butter or melting ghee and express that. This is mother energy here. Exhale, hands down. So not female mother, feminine qualities. Mother. Hands and knees. Downward facing dog, stretch it out. And walk your feet forward. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up through your arms and exhale, hands in front of your heart for Tadasana. Reach your arms down by your sides. Find your center, balance, and then separate the energy right at the center of your hips. So get that foundation rooting through the lower body, and at the same time, lifting up from the pelvis up through the crown of your head. And the balance, left to right, forward to back. You're standing right in the center. Now we're linking some breath and movement together. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bow. Flow up halfway. Flow down, Uttanasana. Inhale, plank. Knees are on or off the floor, your choice. Exhale, chaturanga. Elbows draw in towards the body. And the lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Chest open. But the pelvis is rooting to the earth. Exhale, down dog. And you rest. There's a pause in the vigorous activity of saluting the cycle of the sun. Just like we have a balance in the breath, finding that activity and stillness at the same time in your practice. Look in between your hands and what's right for you. You can jump your feet forward or walk, gently letting the feet float down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch. Maybe you want to do a little back bend here. Exhale, bow. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, find a powerful plank, lengthening through the tailbone towards the heels, crown of the head, forward, and pushing the floor away as you lower down into Chaturanga. And then inhale, Cobra. Exhale, down dog. Which part of your practice is easier for you? Where do you feel more? This feels more natural. The vigorous activity, the strength, the power, the movement. Or is it the in between, the stillness, the softening, the creation of space, this willingness? Look in between your hands. And again, either walk or jump your feet forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, hands in front of your heart. Release your arms. Inhale, stretch arms up. Exhale, bow. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank, and this time, if you want, you can go into up dog instead of cobra. So, exhale, chaturanga, and either roll onto the top of your feet. If you don't know up dog, then do cobra. The thighs are off the ground, pelvis comes forward, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look in between your hands. Every time a new opportunity for choice, walking in the feet or jumping. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, folding. Inhale with a nice long spine, come up to standing. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, arms by your side, Tadasana. Look down at your feet. Sometimes you literally need to physically look. Make sure the feet are still parallel and underneath the hip bones. And then arms by your side, closing your eyes. Allow yourself to shift left and right, forward and back. Notice what feels more natural to you. And now create some effort to come to center. Standing on your left leg, Janushirasana, Vriksasana, sort of. So bend your right knee. You're going to be balancing, so focus on something that's not moving. Just stare it down at your entire universe right now. And then lift the right leg up and bring that foot to the inside of the left thigh, above or below the knee, doesn't matter where. And then, again, another choice for you. Where do you want your arms? By your side, in front of your heart, overhead. And this is your opportunity to really feel that balance. There's a ton of little shifts going on. That's the activity. Your breath is steady. Breathing in, breathing out. And in between all the little movements that is natural for you so that you can balance. If you try to be completely still, you'll fall over. Can you find the stillness? Like it's in between the movement, in between the breath. Not an inhale, not an exhale. The doorway in between, where all things are possible. Hands in front of your heart, down by your side. Right foot comes down, and take a moment, find Tadasana. Other side, right thigh, right leg stays on the ground, left leg lifts, and you place it. Find that one thing in front of you. Something that's not moving is generally easier. Where do you want your arms? Maybe you just want to move your arms around. Maybe you don't want them static. Where can you engage more? And where can you let go? Where are you holding on too tight? Hands in front of your heart, arms by your side, left leg down, Tadasana. Let's sit down. Stretching our legs out in front of us. Thigh bones go down, kneecaps go up. And you look at your feet and you make sure that they are straight up and down. Dandasana. And then lie down onto your backs for Shavasana. So make any necessary adjustments that you need to do that will tell your body it's time to relax. Palms face up, gently close your eyes. Begin deepening your breath. Choosing small movements to make that will ground you, that will bring you back into this room. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead, point through your toes. Exhale, your arms back down by your sides. Bending your knees, roll onto one side. Press yourself up to sitting. Find Sukhasana once more, and then closing your eyes. Take your hands to your thighs, palms face up, as if you're receiving all the benefits of your practice. Remembering the intentions that you set at the beginning of your practice, and ask yourself, what was the impact of my choice today? Notice all the changes that only you could create for yourself. And notice how you incorporated the masculine and the feminine without judgment, just observing. And then asking yourself that question, the impact that I had on myself. Was that a choice? And of course, the answer is yes. And embrace that choice you made that created these changes. Fold your hands together, connect your thumbs with your heart. Feel the gratitude towards yourself as you feel the balance between the left hand pressing into the right hand pressing into the left. And the power between your hands, power between the masculine and the feminine. And I invite you to choose to take those insights, how you feel differently, back into your world. And I thank you for joining me for yoga today, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Namaste.